Okay, so I am a huge believer in the Neomed Sinus rinse bottles for any time your kids are sick and they have tons of booger, yellow, green stuff coming out so thick. It's hard for them to breathe, they cough. And you can do the suction stuff, but it doesn't really get everything out, and also it's kind of gross suctioning them. And I believe that if you do the saline rinses, you decrease the chance of needing antibiotics as it gets all that gunk out. So anyways, I love it. So here's how to do it. Get the bottle, you fill it up with warm water, and I do like the pinky test to make sure it's still warm, because cold will burn the sinuses. So then you either put the packet of saline that it comes with, or you can make your own saline by doing equal parts regular salt and baking soda. And then I would just scoop out a teaspoon of that and put it into the water, okay? So basically this is how I would do the rinse, okay? If you have tiny, tiny little babies, I would tend to hold them, I'm right hand dominant, so I would kind of hold them like this, like I don't know if you can see, like a football hold, okay? And I would put them over the sink so the stuff can, fall out, okay? The other thing you can do if you have bigger kids, if this is like, or they're like crazy, is you can actually I put a towel down just because like the sink would be, or the table will be cold. So if you can see this contraption, put the child like this over the sink, okay? And basically you want to be able to hold their head and hold their body so that they don't fall or injure or whatever, okay? So I feel pretty confident that, I'm pretending to do it, but my daughter lets me hold her like this, so it's pretty fine. So you would basically put it on their nose like this, and you would just squeeze, and all the stuff would come out this hole, and then I would squeeze, okay? And yes, they might get it in their mouth a little bit, but nothing. And then, I would have a, like a tissue or a napkin ready and just kind of pat them dry after that. And it should work like a charm. So again, just take the bottle, you put it up against their nose like this, and you squeeze gently over the sink. And when you do one side, and then you squeeze gently out the other side. And basically you repeat that until all the gunk is out, okay? And you can do that as many times a day as you need for however long. Just make sure that you actually sterilize these bottles. I wash them with soap in between, like I probably wouldn't mix it with the twins. Okay, that's not true. If they have the same cold, I would use it for sure on the same kid, because like who cares to have the same bug? But like if you're sick and they're sick, like I probably wouldn't. I don't know. Anyway, this is too small for an adult. Like it barely holds, like it's, enough water for an adult. So I'd get the big one, and you can use the big one for the kids. I actually prefer it because it's less pressure. Wanna play with this? It's less pressure, and I feel. Oh, you want my pills? No, that's of course safety first. They love things that make noise, so it's not like my kids constantly play with pills or anything. Anyway, so the regular size ones have less pressure, and it's probably a little bit easier to use, but whatever, you can just use this and manipulate how much you squeeze. And then, rinse and repeat for the second kid, do it as many times. You can also take this, I usually take it apart, okay? And put both pieces like this in the microwave for a minute to sterilize it. But pretty much in between for the day, I just use soap and water. Or you can put them in one of those bags, one of these Dr. Brown's bags, okay, to sterilize them as well in between, especially maybe like once a day I would sterilize it since they're actively sick. It recommends for you to throw these out every 3 months. It says it right on the bottle. I've had mine for years. I don't know. I just, So, Costco does sell the big case, and they also do sell the pre-made saline packets. So if you want to do that, but I have made my own, and I keep it in this cute little Tupperware situation, okay, where I have, there you go, sit down, the salt, okay, and I basically took a plastic measuring spoon from the dollar store, and I just broke this part off, so it just fits it nicely. And so you can see this is 1/8 of a teaspoon, and so I add 2 of these. And so it's equal parts salt and equal parts baking soda. And I just make a whole bunch of it, and I have it ready for whenever I need it. Because I have 4 kids and everybody gets sick quite a bit. So if you have any other questions, let me know if this works out. Just try the positioning of the baby however comfortable you feel. Should be pretty easy if they're tiny at this point. And then the older the kids get, then they can stand over the sink and do that. And then of course, make sure you spray bleach or whatever on the sink to make sure you don't spread the germs. Okay? I'm here for you, whatever you need.